Hey guys, how are you? I hope you would be doing great. It is exciting to hear from you guys, and I'm happy to discuss different things that you want to know about. Today's video features our own journey to Canada. So get excited, guys, as you are going to know a lot about our immigration story. And stay tuned for the happy ending. Watch full video and hit the like button.
1, 2, 3, come on!
So guys, our journey to Canada started with a dream. As with every journey, in October 2017, I was perplexed with some PhD options, including some lucrative scholarships, but my wish was to earn my doctorate degree from either Australia or Canada. So after days of communication with University of Toronto, I figured out that my chances are brighter there. But sooner we realized that being an international student would be very expensive. So ultimately, I dreamt of getting Canadian PR and starting convincing my husband about it. It was a very difficult task, guys, as my husband had his fears of financial losses and starting from scratch. Everybody knows that. So you see, trusting a foreign land is never easy. So first phase of this journey that lasted till mid-January 2018, and that was the convincing phase. I kept on convincing my husband till I succeeded. He became willing to give it a try.
1, 2, 3, come on!
So now came the second phase. The documentation. So I started searching for different Canadian immigration programs, and I figured out that Express Entry's Federal Skilled Worker Program that was the best fit for us. Let me tell you a secret here. We went to an immigration consultant in Lahore, and he offered his services for 5,000 Canadian dollars. Oh my God. And he took 25,000 Pakistani rupees as his registration fee. So just wondering, we were so dumb that we trusted him and submitted 25,000 Pakistani rupee as registration. And guess what happened? The communication with his secretary was useless and he was hardly available to us. So finally, we took this loss on us and started this journey on our own. I remember we filed an application for education credential assessment on January 18, the same year, and submitted all our degrees and transcripts till mid of the February, I guess. Yeah, it was mid of February. Oh my God, it was such a hectic thing to get your transcripts sent from government institutions. I still remember how much we struggled there just because of this so-called red tape. As you know, our institutions, oh my God. Another major thing was to clear IELTS exam. You need to prove your language ability. So our next step was to score Canadian language benchmark level 9 in IELTS. And you know, guys, honestly, it was very difficult to do. I took it as a war, guys. I was studying day and night, and my husband took it for granted. There are still flashbacks in my memory when we were practicing IELTS listening module together, and he used to cheat my answers and then claim that he got my most answers correct, so he doesn't need to practice anymore. I remember we booked our IELTS exam for 24th of March 2018, and it gave me exactly 1 month to practice. Long story short, we appeared in IELTS and I scored CLB 10. Yippee! And he scored more than was required of him. So at least he managed to do so. So the funny part was, without any preparation, he got 6 in speaking and 5 bands in writing. A guy like him who never knew the exam format, even then he scored pretty good. So well then, my husband and that, he did excellently well.
1, 2, 3, come on!
Now came the real business. We completed our background work on April 30th, but now we had our ECA and IELTS in hand. My passport renewal took only 5 more days, so we created our ever first express entry profile on April 20th. And believe me guys, our invitation to apply from Government of Canada, we received it on April 25th, right after 5 days of creating the profile. So guys, the reason behind that was we had already counted our CRS scores and we were pretty sure that the recent draws, their cutoff scores were below than our CRS score. So we did complete homework before starting this journey.
1, 2, 3, come on!
So here comes the crucial part. Filing our complete application for Canadian permanent residency. It was tough, but we managed it. Collecting the documents from government institutions was a hard nut to crack, as usual, because of their usual red tape, you see. There was a long list of documents together, like our police clearance certificates, our medicals, liquidating our financial assets, bank statements, and other legal documents. You know what was the trick behind our managing all this stuff quite smoothly? Let me tell you the trick. It was we were already prepared of all the possible expenses and the delays, so we coped with the stress very well and we were able to complete all required documents within 30 calendar days. It is magical. With our untiring efforts, we made it possible to happen. I remember on May 25th, right after 1 month of getting invitation to apply, we submitted our complete application with all the supporting documents and paid Canadian government's full fee for our case. That was in around 2,000 Canadian dollars.
1, 2, 3, come on!
You know guys, what was the most boring part of this exciting adventure? It was the long waiting period to hear from IRCC. I think our medicals got cleared almost 1 month after submitting the application, but for a couple of months there were only completeness check and medical pass notifications on our application timeline. I occasionally checked the status of application and it was the same. So long boring time. Just be curious what's happening. I ordered GCMS notes and now I reflect they were not quite necessary and I ordered at a wrong time too.
1, 2, 3, come on!
As every story has a climax, so our immigration journey and the story has a climax too. The gloomy days of our journey started when in July of 2018, Pakistani rupee depreciated in value and our shown bank balance, our settlement funds went below the required Canadian dollars. Due to this depreciation, I panicked at this situation and in an emotional trance, I sent a web form to IRCC asking for their directions on this matter. That was my silly mistake, guys. Never do that, please. Guess what happened? IRCC evaluating officers took my web form query quite wrongly and issued me a PFL. You know, that means a procedural fairness letter. It means that they were going to reject our case for permanent residence. Oh my god, it was mind-blowing to receive this letter on September 5th when we were expecting our golden mail. Believe me guys, when I first time read the PFL letter, I concluded that all our chances of Canadian PR are wrecked. The visa officer objected on the buying of our financial assets and asked for explanation for around 2.5 years income and transactions. That was pretty digging. I said the climax of our immigration story because my husband totally gave up at that moment and apparently such complex investigations meant no hope for us. But then what happened is no less than a miracle. I gathered my courage and decided to fight back. Being honest, it was our right to explain the misunderstandings to the visa officer, So within a week, I gathered all of our bank statements of the last 2.5 years, our saving histories, and got our assets buying and selling legal documents. I drafted a long, logical, and persuasive submission and sent it with all the other documents I gathered. I confidently addressed the long list of officers' concerns in my explanation. Honestly, guys, I believe in fighting till the end, especially when you are justified in your claims.
1, 2, 3, come on!
So, guys, you want to know the results of my fight back? That was the most beautiful birthday gift I ever received. You guessed right. IRCC sent me the golden email to submit our passports for visas on my birthday. It was such a great surprise. And see, now you realize the results of my powerful explanations. So, a tip for all those struggling for Canadian PR: never give up, and never lose hope. Be confident and stay positive. You can get it. So, with the stamping of visas and issuance of confirmation of permanent residency, our exciting journey came near to end. We have a wonderful time in Istanbul, Turkey, before wrapping up our stuff for landing in Canada. Guys, there were a little bit more rituals to perform near the ending of our immigration story. We took our flight for Toronto in the start of February from Lahore and landed at Toronto Pearson Airport on February after a crazy flight of 31 hours and 2 layovers. That was super crazy, the longest flight of my life. The immigration procedures took a couple of hours to prepare our social insurance number and fulfill some other protocols. The pleasant thing was hearing "Welcome to Canada" everywhere we moved. Finally, guys, we were free to head to our brand new home in a brand new land. And I'm proud to say the hospitality we received here is matchless. So guys, I have captured our almost a year-long immigration journey in a few minutes, almost 10 to 12 minutes. I hope you have got some information, some tips and tricks, and some fun stuff from this video. One last thing I would say, your Canadian dream can surely become reality, and we are a living example of it. Our success story is inspiring for aspirants longing to get Canadian PR. So stay tuned, guys. Let me know in your comments, how did you find this video? Is this inspiring for you? Post your questions in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer them. I will be happy to answer your queries regarding a federal skilled worker program or its different steps to prepare your application. So if you have any questions, post in the comment section and I'll be gladly answering them in my next video. Till then, have a great time. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. Share it with your friends or the persons you know who may need this information or it could be helpful for them. So stay tuned, guys. Have a great time ahead. Bye.